Hello and welcome back to People Skills Pro. We spend a lot of time on this channel talking about what to do to build attraction, how to be more confident, how to lead, how to communicate effectively. But sometimes the most significant progress comes not from what you add, but from what you subtract. Have you ever had an interaction with a woman that was going great, only to feel the energy suddenly shift? The conversation gets shorter, the smiles become forced, and you feel her pulling away, but you have no idea why. You might have accidentally displayed a major turnoff. A turnoff is more than just a simple mistake. It's a behavior that acts as a red flag, signaling a deeper issue with a man's character. It's a window into his insecurities, his lack of respect, or his emotional immaturity. And while a woman might consciously forgive a minor slip-up, her subconscious attraction meter plummets when she detects one of these fundamental flaws. Many men are completely unaware that they are broadcasting these negative signals. They are sabotaging their own success without ever realizing it. Today, we are going to shine a bright light on these blind spots. We are going to do a deep dive into the top 5 turnoffs for women. We're not talking about superficial things like wearing the wrong shoes. We are talking about the deep psychological turnoffs that kill attraction instantly. For each one, we will explore why it's so repulsive on a primal level, and we will give you the actionable steps to eliminate it from your character. This is your guide to becoming the man who attracts, not repels. The core principle. Turnoffs are character deficits, not quirks. Before we get into the list, we must understand this crucial distinction. A quirk is a minor, often endearing personal habit. A turn-off is a demonstration of a significant character deficit. Quirk: he snorts when he laughs. Turn-off: he laughs at the waiter for making a mistake. The first is a harmless personal trait. The second reveals arrogance and a lack of empathy. Women are not turned off by your harmless quirks. They are turned off by the signals that you are not a man of high character. The goal is not to become a perfect, boring robot. The goal is to identify and fix the true character flaws that are holding you back. Turnoff number 1. Neediness and insecurity. This is the undisputed king of all turnoffs. It is the kryptonite of attraction. Neediness is the constant, desperate seeking of external validation, and it manifests in many ways. What it looks like: constant reassurance seeking. Did you have a good time? Do you still like me? Are you mad at me? Clingy behavior. Texting or calling constantly, getting upset if she doesn't respond immediately. Jealousy and possessiveness. Interrogating her about her male friends, getting sullen if she talks to another guy. Putting her on a pedestal, showering her with over-the-top unearned compliments and treating her like a goddess whose approval you must win. The psychology. Why it's so repulsive. Neediness is repulsive because it signals that a man lacks his own internal source of self-worth. He is an empty cup trying to get her to fill him up. This is incredibly unattractive for 2 primal reasons. It's a burden. It forces her into the role of being his emotional caretaker, his mother. This is a deeply unsexy, platonic role that kills all romantic polarity. She wants a partner, not a project. It signals weakness. A man who is not confident in himself is perceived as being unable to handle the world. If he crumbles because she doesn't text back, how can she possibly trust him to handle a real-life crisis? It makes her feel unsafe. The antidote: cultivate a strong inner world. Develop your purpose. As we've said before, have a mission. When you get your validation from achieving your own goals, you stop needing it from her. Practice outcome independence. Go into interactions with the goal of expressing yourself, not getting her approval. Your self-worth should not be on the line. Build an abundance mentality. Truly believe that you have options. This prevents you from becoming overly attached to any single outcome and projecting that needy energy. Turnoff number 2. Chronic complaining and a victim mentality. This is the man whose conversational well is poisoned with negativity. Every conversation is an opportunity for him to complain about his job, his boss, his ex, the traffic, or how unfair life is. What it looks like? Constant venting. Using her as a free therapist to dump all his negative emotions. Blaming others. Nothing is ever his fault. His problems are always caused by external forces. A cynical and pessimistic worldview. He consistently focuses on what's wrong with the world instead of what's right. The psychology, why it's so repulsive. It's emotionally draining. Being around a psychic vampire who sucks the positive energy out of the room is exhausting. People are drawn to those who uplift them, not those who drag them down. It signals a lack of agency. A man who only complains is a man who sees himself as a victim, a passive object that life happens to. A woman is attracted to a protagonist, a man who happens to life. She wants a creator of his own destiny, not a victim of his circumstances. It's boring. Negativity is repetitive and uninteresting. Positivity, problem-solving, and passion are dynamic and engaging. The antidote: practice radical ownership and gratitude. Adopt a solution-oriented mindset. When you face a problem, train your brain to immediately ask, "What is the solution?" instead of dwelling on the problem. Implement a no-complaint rule. For 1 week, try not to complain about anything. When you catch yourself, reframe it. Instead of, "Traffic was horrible," try, "I'm glad I finally made it." This retrains your brain. Practice daily gratitude. Use your 5-minute daily debrief to write down one thing you are grateful for. This shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. Turnoff number 3, arrogance and being a poor listener. This is the flip side of the needy coin. While the needy man signals he has no value, the arrogant man falsely signals that he is the only one with value. He dominates the conversation, interrupts, and rarely shows genuine interest in her. What it looks like? The monologue. He talks endlessly about himself, his accomplishments, and his opinions. The interrupter. He consistently cuts her off or finishes her sentences. The mansplainer. He explains things to her in a condescending way, assuming she is uninformed. The one-upper. No matter what story she tells, he has a bigger, better, more impressive one. The psychology. Why it's so repulsive. It's deeply disrespectful. It communicates that her thoughts, feelings, and experiences are less important than his. It makes her feel invisible and devalued. It's a mask for insecurity. True confidence is quiet. Arrogance is loud. A man who constantly needs to broadcast his own greatness is often a man who is deeply insecure about it. He is trying to convince himself as much as he is trying to convince her. It prevents connection. A relationship is a two-way street. If he is doing all the talking, there is no room for a real connection to be built. The antidote: cultivate genuine curiosity. Implement the 2 ears, 1 mouth rule. Strive to listen twice as much as you speak on a first date. Become an explorer. Ask deep, open-ended how and what questions that invite her to share her world. Your goal is to discover who she is, not to report on who you are. Master the art of the follow-up. When she tells you something, don't just relate it back to yourself. Ask a clarifying question. "That's fascinating. What was the hardest part about that?" Turnoff number 4, lack of ambition and purpose. The drifter. This is the man who is just drifting. He has no clear goals, no passions, no direction. He works a job he doesn't care about, comes home, watches TV, and repeats. What it looks like: apathy towards his career. He has no desire to grow, learn, or excel. No hobbies or passions. He has nothing outside of work that excites him or lights him up. A general lack of direction. When you ask him about his future plans, he has no answer. The psychology. Why it's so repulsive. A man with no purpose is boring. Passion is exciting. Drive is compelling. A man who is passionate about something, whether it's building a business, mastering the guitar, or running marathons, is inherently more interesting than a man with no passions at all. It signals a lack of masculine drive. On a deep, primal level, masculine energy is about purpose, mission, and building. A man without a mission can seem lost and lacking in vitality. It creates a burden. If a man has no purpose of his own, he will often try to make the woman his purpose, which puts an immense amount of pressure on her to be the sole source of his happiness and fulfillment, which is a role no woman wants. The antidote: find your mission. Explore your interests. If you don't have a passion, start exploring. Take a class, join a club, learn a new skill. Try things until something sparks your interest. Set clear goals. Set specific, measurable goals for your career, your fitness, and your personal development. Write them down. A man with written goals is a man with a plan. Talk about your why. You don't have to be a CEO, but you should be able to talk with passion about why you do what you do or what you are striving towards. Turnoff number 5, poor grooming and a lack of self-care. This is the most physical turnoff, but it's a powerful signal about a man's internal state. This is not about being born handsome. This is about demonstrating self-respect. What it looks like: poor hygiene, unpleasant body odor, bad breath, dirty fingernails, sloppy presentation, wrinkled, ill-fitting clothes, messy, unkempt hair, a disregard for health, a lifestyle that clearly shows a lack of care for one's own physical well-being. The psychology. Why it's so repulsive. It signals a lack of self-respect. The message is simple: if I don't respect myself enough to take care of my own body and appearance, how can I possibly respect you? It's a health indicator. On a primal level, good grooming and a healthy appearance are signals of good health and good genes. It shows a lack of attention to detail. A man who can't be bothered to iron his shirt is unlikely to be attentive to the details of a relationship. The antidote? Become the CEO of your own presentation. Master the basics. Shower daily. Use deodorant. Brush and floss your teeth. Keep your nails trimmed. These are non-negotiables. Invest in your wardrobe. You don't need expensive clothes, but they must fit well and be clean and unwrinkled. Get a few classic, stylish outfits that make you feel confident. Get a good haircut. Find a good barber and get a stylish haircut that suits your face shape. Take care of your body. Eat well and exercise. This is not just about looking good, it's about feeling good and respecting the one body you have. So, let's bring it all together. The things that truly turn women off are not small mistakes. They are loud signals of deeper character issues. Neediness signals a lack of self-worth. Negativity signals a lack of agency. Arrogance signals a lack of respect. Apathy signals a lack of purpose, and sloppiness signals a lack of self-respect. The path forward is not about learning a list of things to avoid. It is about doing the real, internal work to become a man who doesn't even have these traits in his character. It's about building a life you are proud of, cultivating a positive and resilient mindset, learning to listen with genuine curiosity, and respecting yourself enough to take care of your mind, body, and appearance. When you subtract these negative behaviors from your life, you are not just avoiding turnoffs, you are revealing the confident, high-value man that was underneath all along. If you found this guide helpful, please click the like button and subscribe to People Skills Pro for more practical advice on building a better life. Thank you for listening.